shoot, my hair is super duper messy, but here, hang on, grab a comb. Let's see here. Comb the hair, look a little nicer. Check it here. I think we're good. Alright. There we go. I had to fix this. Ed, shut up out there. I'm doing a live stream. Alright, guys. YouTubers, what is going on? This is the Club of the Man, 1993. And I am here live for my live review of last night's episode of AEW Dynamite. It was a special one. It was a great night. You know why? You want to know why? Because the man, your boy, the man, was at AEW Dynamite last night. Yes, I did. I was in attendance at last night's show, which took place last night, August 11th, 2021, at the Peterson Event Center in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, just right outside the city in the Oakland area, on the campus of the University of Pittsburgh. That my cousin actually just graduated. Got his undergrad there. He'll be going back probably next year, not this year, next year to get his master's. There, CMU, not sure yet, but he is going to be going back. But I do apologize first off on the delay to start of the stream. I know it was sitting there lingering, but there is another storm in Pittsburgh tonight, as there was yesterday. Except yesterday's caused me to lose power at work, so I got to go home from work early. Today, actually, I usually off from work at 5. Today, I got off at 6:20. I stayed an hour and 20 minutes on my own time to get caught up. Get some overtime, making for the hours that I didn't get yesterday. So yeah, how I'm energetic right now, I have no idea. But I will say, had a great time last night at Dynamite. And again, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to Rampage tomorrow night. I just went to Dynamite. I also, for the first time in quite a while, made a wrestling purchase. I brought myself a DMD Pittsburgh t-shirt last night. Myself, my friend Joe Miller bought one as well. We also had Daniel Guys tagging along with us as well. It was a good night. Only downside was we had to wear a mask the whole time. Depends on if you're vaccinated or not, which I am fully vaccinated. But whether or not our status is that, we had to wear a mask. You know, it sucks, but it is what it is at this point. Just as long as these things can still exist right now, it's all I care about at this point. But we'll talk about this week's episode of Dynamite, which again took place in my hometown of Pittsburgh, PA, which again I was in attendance in section 204, row F, seat 21. I was in, so I was up high. If you watch my WrestleMania documentary, my view is basically the same view I had from when I went to the Raw after Mania in 2019. Overall, though, let me see. I had a great time. Show was good. I still didn't think it was the best Dynamite. I was hoping for just a little bit better with it coming up on All Out. This show, I felt like, was much more to set up the big debut of AEW Rampage on Friday night, which, for now, since again, I'm going through a period where I'm going to be backing down on wrestling reviews for a while, just to take a little bit of a breather. Could be permanent, could be temporary. I'm hoping it's more so temporary, but I just want to only talk about the wrestling topics that actually interest me and that I can actually talk about, not just half-assed it like I do through my WWE reviews right now, basically. So maybe after that I'll get back into the groove. But it was a good show, but I feel like it was more of a setup show. I feel like it was more so setting up for Rampage on Friday. We have 3 title matches happening this coming Friday on Rampage. We've got the women's title match between Britt Baker and Red Velvet in the main event, which should be in her hometown. Kenny Omega and Christian Cage for the Impact World Championship. We'll talk about that, though, in a second, because that was a big talking point from this show. We have that. And we also are going to be having a TNT Championship match between Miro and crap. It's against Kalisto, but I can't remember what Kalisto's wrestling name is now right now. So those 3 title matches are happening on Friday on Rampage. Very stacked. But this show was more so setting up for that, which, fine. Really, the only match that's being set up so far, well, we'll talk about it, because is it really going to happen at All Out? Is a match for the AEW World Championship. And crap, it's starting to rain hard again. I hope to God the power does not go out. I'm worried it's going to go out, but we'll see here. So, let's just talk about the show, see how it is, and like I said, it was good. Like the minutes a little bit more must-see, but it was still good. Like I said, I just feel like this is more so of like a setup show. But it was fine. It was an effective setup show for Rampage, for a big debut on Friday. Let's check the live chat first. We got JR and Tyler in the live chat. What's up, guys? JR says, does this mean Paul White is back as a wrestler? It looks like he is. Somebody like I don't know, Kevin Owens is going to help Seth Rollins and become his new disciple and help him beat Edge at SummerSlam. Maybe, I don't know. Not a bad prediction. I don't know if I'm going to be Kevin Owens, though. I don't know. Are you going to the August 20th Dynamite show where Punk will be should be there? That's in Chicago. I'm just in Pittsburgh. I can't be there. Be nice, but can't be there. Still not getting my hopes up, though, about Punk. I don't want to be disappointed. And I'll explain why, of course, in a bit. Tyler gave the show a B. He did the last SummerSlam review. He did 2002, 2010, 2015, and he's on 2018. Nice. Why would they do Dynamite in the Peterson Events Center if they're not going to have a big name like CM Punk there because it is a football stadium? What? Punk didn't debut last night. AEW is ripping off the WCW invasion with TNA. It's WCW thundering outside. Yep, it is. Is that nice guy? Is that name Kalisto? Is that actually still under that mask? I don't know. The person that Miro is wrestling on Friday is Kalisto, but I can't remember what his wrestling name is. Might come across in the notes here whenever I do the review. But yeah, let's roll and let's talk about the show. But thank you guys for your stuff in the live chat as always. We start off the show with a promo from MJF, who calls out Jericho and says he can't beat him and he's gone through more than he can bear trying to get a match with him. And it's at the point where he even feels bad that he's about to get stopped at arm's length from the finish line by the fastest, most volatile man this business has ever seen. Let's say by some grace, though, that Jericho does win. He goes through all just to find out that he's still better than him. Wardlow says he's almost definitely going to beat him. MJF points out he failed to beat Cody Rhodes in the cage. And Mr. Mayhem crushes an apple in his bare hands in frustration, which is true. Anytime Wardlow really has been like the last roadblock for anyone that MJF's feuded with, Wardlow's failed. So, kind of put him in that position. May not make him look the best, but, We started off the show with a 6-man tag match. It was Dante Martin of Top Flight. I can't remember what his other tag team partner's name is, but apparently he's hurt and he's going to be out for a while. And the Seidel brothers, Matt and Mike, taking on the Elite. Be the Elite. Be Elite. Be the Elite. Be Elite. Be the Elite. Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. Fun match. My favorite part of the match was where one of the Seidel brothers, can't remember which one it was, climbed up onto the top rope, jumped from one side rope to the other, jumped back and did a moonsault, caught him and hit a hurricanrana on one of the Bucks. It was awesome. Oh, okay, fun match. And the Elite, of course, get the victory. So after some good back and forth action, had some vicious V triggers at the end on Dante Martin. They literally Well, not as bad as beating down the V-Triggers as it did with Jon Moxley at Double or Nothing, but still vicious. Afterwards, though, we have Tony Schiavone trying to interview the Elite, but Don Callis yanks the mic away from him and says it's great to be out here with the greatest tag team in the history of... Gets cut off, and out comes Christian Cage. And Callis is like, hey, you ain't bright. There's 10 of us and 1 of you. But then out came Jurassic Express. And then we have Don Callis telling Christian Cage that apparently he's getting a title shot against Kenny Omega and All Out. That's great. He's a great wrestler. He's a hell of a wrestler. And a hell of a ring general with one of the best finishers he's ever seen. And Kenny can't wait to kick out of it. But he's not sure why Cage is here. His match is in 3 weeks. It's all decided. Why not just go wait your turn? Christian then asks Callis if he's finished and calls him a carny piece of shit before apologizing because he should have called him a carny jagoff, which we're all chanting jagoff, of course, was nice. Cage then says he spoke with Tony Khan and Impact executive Scott D'Amore, and yeah, the world title match is booked for All Out, but Kenny has more than one championship. But guess what? He said that he discovers that Kenny will be wrestling in Pittsburgh Friday for Rampage, defending the Impact World title against Christian Cage in the first match of the show. Kenny flips out and says he doesn't care who Cage talked to, but the babyfaces walk away while he sputters. Jungle Boy then turns around and says, actually, we also talked to Tony. And next week on Dynamite, the Jurassic Express is going to get a tag title match against the Young Bucks. So we're not having it at All Out? What is happening at All Out? Not much really so far. I'm just surprised they haven't really, started announcing any matches. I mean, they're saying we're getting Kenny and Christian, but talk about that in a second. And then the crowd sings along to Jurassic Express's theme song, and then Kenny briefly stops the music to check and make sure they're not singing "No," basically, and he's not happy. So, believe it or not, of course, as you all heard, because first off, AEW is not piping their sounds. Pittsburgh did not really receive the announcement of Christian Cage and Kenny Omega too well. I mean, I think it's going to be a good match. My thing, though, is why are they doing this match twice? They're doing the Impact World title on the first ever episode of Rampage. And they're supposed to be having Omega and Christian again at All Out for the AEW World Championship? I don't know. Something seems off on this. Because, first off, that's a Vince move there. To have a pay-per-view match ahead of time on live TV. Yes, it's for different titles, but it's still the same match. I'm wondering if this is supposed to be a ruse. I mean, I'm sure we're going to get Kenny and Christian on Friday. But are we not going to get Kenny and Christian at All Out? Could this be, because of course everybody's saying, oh, this could be set up for Kenny Omega versus Daniel Bryan or CM Punk versus Kenny Omega. And I'm telling you guys right now, I'm definitely worried. As much as I want CM Punk to show up next Friday at Rampage or at All Out for Chicago, I am worried. Because again, like I said, I can't find it in me to completely believe and be completely positive CM Punk is coming back. I feel like at this point, with the rumors, the teases, and everything, you gotta bring him back. If they don't bring him back, fans are gonna be pissed. And I don't want to be one of those fans that hate AEW because they didn't bring in CM Punk when he was a hot topic. So that's why I'm still being that guy who's like, I don't want to get my hopes up that Punk's coming back, but I want to believe he's coming back. But because even during this promo, we were chanting CM Punk. CM Punk chants lit up in Pittsburgh. And because of that, like fans aren't really going to really accept the match if they do it twice. If you want to do it on Friday, fine. But I'd say have a ruse and do either Bryan or Punk face Omega at All Out. I mean, I like Rick B. Punk. I'm just still wondering. I mean, I've heard rumors that people are saying he is in good wrestling shape. I don't know. But like I said, I don't know if CM Punk is going to be able to perform at the level he was, physically. On the microphone, I'm not worried whatsoever. Again, I saw some of his work on WWE Backstage. He definitely still has the promo skills. He still's got them. He definitely does. I'm not worried about that. But for his in-ring ability, not sure if I want to see him have his first match back be against. You know what I mean. So like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing. And if they end up not bringing in CM Punk, I don't know. But that was that. We also get a Malachi Black vignette where he talks about the doubt we all had in him and how eventually you realize you're arguing with God. Bold. I'm just loving what Malachi Black is doing in AEW right now. And of course, also, I listened to Malachi Black's interview with Chris Jericho on Talk Is Jericho. Very impressed. Like I said, I like how Malachi Black is coming across like super positive. You can tell how passionate he is, talking about, his ideas he has for this character, where he gets them from and whatnot. He really thinks things through. He really has a good head on his shoulders. And if they put him in the right direction, he's going to be a big star. I can see, again, I'm pretty sure Hangman Adam Page is going to be the one to dethrone Kenny Omega. Honestly, given not too long after that, Malachi Black can easily be the biggest thing in AEW. I believe. Easily be a world champion. So I'm hoping they continue to, go with the momentum with him right now. We also get Miro talks about how Fuego del Sol, that's Kalisto, Fuego del Sol is being offered a contract if he can win against him at Rampage. So that's who he's facing on Friday. Then we have Daniel Garcia getting an insert promo where he says he could have beaten Darby Allin by himself and he's going to finish the job. And then 2.0, who apparently didn't realize is Everrise, who just got released from NXT not long ago. They call out Sting and tell him to watch his ass because pro wrestling is great in 2021. Then we have Darby Allin taking on Daniel Garcia with, of course, Sting in his corner. I think this is the first time because I don't think he was at any of the Raws. Wait. Because I did go to a Raw in 2015 on the road to WrestleMania, which I remember because it was the Raw where Bray Wyatt won an answer from Undertaker's challenge, and Undertaker basically accepted with that nice lighting effect. And also the night where Randy Orton turned on Seth Rollins in that 2-on-1 handicap match against Roman Reigns. But I don't think Sting was there that night. But so I think this was the first time I saw Sting live in person. And Darby and Danny had a decent match. Darby Allin, of course, won, and of course afterwards 2.0 attacks Darby Allin, but Sting fights him off. And he's got to basically see Sting have a little bit of offense. And I think next week on Dynamite, we're having some sort of match with what's the match? Oh crap! What was it? We're supposed to be getting some type of tag match. Is it going to be Darby and Sting versus 2.0? I think that's what it was. I can't find my notes right now, but that's what I think we're getting next week. Having Sting actually wrestle on actual Dynamite? I'm cool with that. So we got that. We didn't have Death Triangle hanging out with Ray Phoenix asking if Pac has seen what Andrade El Idolo has been stirring up and says they need to do something about it. Penta El Zero Miedo then says a bunch of stuff, and then Pac calls out Andrade and basically tells the Lucha Brothers, focus on being the tag titles, and I'll focus on Andrade. They don't know Andrade, but they also don't like him. They don't know why he's obsessed with Death Triangle, but that stops now. And if he has a problem with it, well, he'll deal with it anywhere, anytime. Come and have a go if you think you're hard enough. He's easy to find, which it was later announced that we're going to have Andrade and Pac at All Out, which should be a good match. I was still kind of hoping for for Andrade and Rey Fenix. I thought that'd be awesome, but him and Pac right now, cool with me. I'm sure at some point down the line that we will get Rey Fenix and Andrade. So that should be awesome. We had a match with Best Friends, Chuck Taylor, Orange Cassidy, and Wheeler Yuta, where his name is, taking on the Hardy Office, which is Matt Hardy and Private Parties, Mark Quinn and Isaiah Cassidy. This is a decent match. There was a time, though, I couldn't tell who it was from the top, but someone walked in during the match. Let me see here. Do I see who it is? See, they say in this who it is. It doesn't look like they do. Someone came out at ringside during the match. Again, I couldn't tell who it was, but they came out and they were super duper sunburnt, and they started chanting about something like "We want lobster" or something like that. I think they were basically calling the guy a lobster. Again, I can't remember who it was, but of course, I saw that. I hate to do this because I know this was a terrible match, but it made me think of, I think it was several years ago, there was a match between Golden Truth and Breezango. I think it was on like a pre-show match of a pay-per-view at one point, but seeing that the guy with all that sunburn, it reminded me of that match because they had Breezango like stay on the beach or something like that, or stay in like a sauna for too long, and I guess Golden Truth like rigged like the whatever they were sitting at, and like, you know, causing them to fall asleep. So I can't remember what it was, but basically Breezango wrestled Golden Truth, super sunburnt, and their skin was like peeling off. I can't remember what it was. It was some weird thing, but that's what made me think of them. But the Hardy Family Office though won as Matt Hardy hit a twist of fate on Yuta. Wheeler Yuta, or his name is, and they won, so okay. And then we basically have Andrade accept Pac's challenge. We also had a good match between Chris Statlander and Nyla Rose. Chris Statlander won clean. So I think, again, I'm pretty sure the eventual match to do on pay-per-view is Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa for the title. But I think it's too soon for it still, so it looks like that they may be doing Britt Baker and Chris Statlander, which they were supposed to do just one-on-one at Double or Nothing in 2020. But then, that's when Baker got hurt. So they had to cancel that match. So if they do that, All Out, fine by me. I like Chris Statlander. So she wins there. Clean, like I said. Backstage, Young Bucks cut a promo mocking Hangman and Adam Page. Talking about how they've dominated the entire tag team division and prove that they're the best of all time. It's going to be as easy as a layup. They go to shoot a layup, but then Jurassic Express run in and dunk on them and send us to break. And then we get the homecoming of, as I can show it on my shirt, DMD Pittsburgh. Dr. Britt Baker comes out to a massive, massive pop with terrible towels swinging around, and she's wearing a Penguins outfit and whatnot. I'm pretty sure she didn't have anything involved with the Pirates on there because the Pirates suck. I don't blame you if you think that, Britt. So, so Britt came out and said she really can't comment on Red Velvet's rise because it wouldn't be fair. She can't relate because she didn't have a rise. She's always been on top of the division and the baddest bitch on the block. But she can relate to Velvet's fearlessness, and she wasn't afraid to step up when this city needed a champion. She bleeds black and gold. As much as anybody here, but it's been a difficult year. So she presents Pittsburgh hope in the form of the women's title. And speaking of hope, Red Velvet might have a glimmer of it if they were wrestling in any other city, but not in Pittsburgh. And of course, Britt got a big pop, but then out came Red Velvet. Her and Britt brawled, but they were separated as they barely got in the office. And Rich Hand let them fight, but yeah, Britt got cheered more than Red Velvet, which, you know, would happen when you're in your own hometown. But anywhere Britt goes, she's gonna be cheered. I mean, you can't really make her a babyface because she's just too good as a heel. But just face it, Britt's a freaking star, and rightfully should be the women's champion right now. We also had a video package with Ricky Starks and Brian Cage. Can't remember having their rematch, probably sometime soon. Dark Order's Evil Uno stood grace and took on the Good Brothers for the Impact World Tag Titles. A decent match. The Good Brothers won with a Magic Killer afterwards. We didn't get a hype for Camille and Layla Hirsch, who will be challenging Camille for the NWA Women's World Championship. Which again, I still thought the match that Layla Hirsch won, I thought that was number one contender for the AEW Women's title, but it says the NWA. But again, Britt gets the main event on Friday in her hometown. Then we have Tony Schiavone interviewing the Factories, QT Marshall and Aaron Solo. Marshall claims that Tony should be apologizing to him, but we don't have time to wait. So Marshall will apologize to him. Not for pouring the protein shake on his head, but for what they're going to do to his son, Chris. And they pull Chris out of the crowd and beat him up until Schiavone apologized, but QT does not accept and hits the diamond cutter. But that brings out Mr. No More BS, Paul White, formerly of course known as Well, It's the Big Show. He came out and he gets into the ring, just stares him down viciously. Marshall then throws Aaron Solo at him, but then he runs away. But then Paul just gets a good grip on Solo and locks his eyes on QT Marshall as he slams Aaron Solo. So I guess either on Dynamite or at Rampage or at All Out, I guess Paul White's first match in AEW is against QT Marshall. Kind of, that's just a Dynamite match. I don't know. As a pay-per-view match, it doesn't really interest me too much. Like I said, I'm not really the biggest. QT Marshall's fine, but just beating him to me does nothing. I don't know. I definitely hope that Paul White gets to wrestle. Like, I know he wants to work with Darby Allin. He mentioned how big of a fan of Darby Allin he is in his Talk Is Jericho podcast. Him and Lance Archer would be a good match. Heck, if they wanted to do him and Miro. I mean, I know they feuded in 2015, but him and Miro would be a good match. Him and Wardlow, I can dig that one. But yeah, because of how much he mentioned how big of a fan he is, I do hope he gets a chance to work with Darby Allin. Of course, he said he had to turn heel for that. But we'll wait and see. Yeah. So we have that here. And then apparently it was shown on AEW Dark that Joey Janela turned on Sonny Kiss. Who knows? And Chris Jericho took on Wardlow in the fourth labor of Jericho. I was confused because I thought first last week MJF said he wanted to be in the corner. I thought at first he was going to be the special guest referee, but instead he was just in Wardlow's corner. I still would have rather have had the death match with Nick Gage be the fourth labor, in my opinion. The match was fine. It wasn't anything too special, but MJF tried to get involved. He got kicked out. And then while the referee, which was Aubrey Edwards, I can't remember who it was. Oh yeah, Aubrey Edwards was trying to get MJF out of there. Chris Jericho grabbed Floyd, his bat, struck Wardlow with Floyd, and then hit the Judas effect, and Jericho gets the win. So you're thinking, okay, MJF, Chris Jericho, all out. But after the match, though, first off, we had Shawn Spears attacking Jericho. Sam Guevara came in and made the save. I think they're having the match next week on Dynamite. and then Jake Hager came in to even up the odds, also make it 3-on-3. But after they break free, MJF gets on a microphone and says that Jericho may have won the match and earned another shot at him, but he hasn't heard his stipulation. And the match is taking place next week on Dynamite. It's not going to be at All Out, which I am surprised. But the stipulation is no Judas whatsoever. No Judas effect, no Judas theme, just dead silence. But if he does hit the Judas effect, it's an automatic victory. Chris is going to find out next week that he hasn't just met his match, but his successor. There's a new king in town, and his name is Maxwell Jacob Friedman. That's how we go off the air. A little disappointed they didn't wait till All Out. Although, not really at the same time. Again, I thought that their match at Full Gear was nothing super duper special. I also think, though, that MJF should still win that match. Because Jericho's supposed to be going on tour with Fozzy. And, I love Jericho, but he's already done a lot in AEW. Him taking a little breather is not going to hurt. So, that's my thoughts on Dynamite. Again, it was a good show. It was more of like a setup show, though, for like Rampage and whatnot. So I gave the show a B. A B for Dynamite in my hometown of Pittsburgh, PA. That's right. Again, I purchased this shirt there last night. Live chat. What do we got here? Maybe Sammy saves a new disciple of Seth Rollins. Sami Zayn? I guess. They said in a general, it said if Darby Allin wins one more imaginary when they're going to call him the best in the world now, is that CM Punk first feud? I have heard rumors that if Punk is going to AEW, there's rumors that him and Darby Allin will feud, which would be a pretty darn awesome feud. Tyler's doing his Survivor Series reviews in November last year with his SummerSlam reviews on the last one, 2018. Nice. Little Daniel Bryan be at AEW All Out? Maybe. I said AEW is going to have something big next Friday for next Friday's Rampage because have that CM Punk will be there because they're in a football stadium and that's a big arena for a big event. Yes. What if Braun Strowman comes out and attacks MJF, helps Jericho win the match at whatever wrestling? I don't know about that. 2018 is where Tyler lost all respect for Bryan for stupid freaking heel turn and his stupid championship run. I thought it worked out pretty good in my opinion. 2013 is when they lost respect for CM Punk after his loss to The Rock at the Rumble. Punk would be there for Darby anyway if he did come back. I guess that's where they're going to do that. How would you feel about a Kenny Omega Daniel Bryan match? Which I would honestly love that. I don't think, even if Punk does come back, I don't think he's going to take the title from him. Tyler saw Sting in April for a signing and picture. Nice. I think he was at that World of Wheels convention. I wasn't able to go, though, that day. Money in the Bank was when that match happened. I think he's talking about... That's right, yeah. Money in the Bank 2016 on the pre-show. Because I remember when some of my wrestling friends and I did our end of the year awards video on my friend Dan's channel. One of them did mention that match as the worst of the year. I forgot. He did say it was on the pre-show at Money in the Bank. So thank you for that, Tyler. What's up, Tyler? How was your first AEW Dynamite? It was my second one because I did go to the one in October of 2019 when I came to Pittsburgh. But like I said, awesome night. Got the shirt. And it was glorious. I like SummerSlam 2018 look of Bulkin. Not sure what he said. I like SummerSlam 2018 also. I remember it was one of those SummerSlams where it's like not everything was like must see, but they basically, I think for the most part, except for Braun Strowman and Kevin Owens and I think one other match, can't remember what it was. But for the most part, that show did exactly what it needed to do. But I do agree, I like 2018 SummerSlam. And yeah, that's gonna do it, guys. It's about 9:15 now. What we're gonna do now is I gotta finish editing a couple pieces to my to the wedding video I'm editing right now for work. I want to do my next part of my Harry Potter Let's Play, which is not going to be a long portion. And then I did not get to watch it yet, so no spoilers. But I do want to watch the video of Keith Lee explaining his recent absence from WWE, and I will do a video tonight giving my thoughts on that. So that's to come tonight. So hang tight, guys. Again, just continue to support me, as I said. Unless WWE does something big after SummerSlam, not really going to do much for NXT. Going to take a breather on live reviews weekly and just do more so of like a topic, talking points stream, basically. Just give myself a little bit of a breather and give me a little more time to do some other things right now. So, again, that's to come. But AEW reviews still going to continue. Just Dynamite, though. I don't plan on doing Rampage. Maybe, who knows? I don't know. But that's my thoughts, guys, on Dynamite. Again, gave the B. What are your thoughts on Dynamite for this week, guys? Make sure to leave your thoughts down in the comments section below. Slap a like on the video. Subscribe more content to my channel. Follow me on Twitter at DemandAirBryan3. So then, guys, I'm checking out. I'll see y'all later. But instead of saying peace, I'm going to say see y'all later from the town of the birth of DM.